Morning. It's 4:16 in the morning right now. 4:16. It's Tuesday, November 4th, about 4:26 in the morning. And I'm about to get the study session started. Okay, so I'm 196 days away from taking my CFA Level II. So pretty exciting. I feel like it's tomorrow when it's that, for me, when it's that close. And it's 4:26. I'm gonna try to study today for another 2.5 hours, try to squeeze as much as I can in. Okay, so I just got done studying the lecture for the first time, the current rate method, and it is easier than the temporal method, but easier is a loose term to be using with any of the CFA material. It's all very dense, it could be tough to digest, and for me, I don't have an accounting background. It's probably my least favorite and biggest weakness I have is the accounting background. So what I'm going to focus on this current rate method is repetition, a lot of questions, try to get as many as I can right, boost up my confidence so I feel good going into the test. So I'm going to do it a few more times and then go through basically one chunk all the way through level 2. So we'll see what happens. When I am taking the quizzes, this is the hardest part of the whole curriculum, in my opinion, because you're really testing your knowledge and you don't want to get anything wrong. We all want to be perfectionists. And these questions could be quite tricky. Some will come easier, some will come harder for you. And the CFA Level II, I think they're all harder. I really do. It's applicable knowledge, not just declared knowledge. So I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Okay, everybody. So I just got done with my review of my not the greatest quiz I just took. And it's when you review what you got wrong, I can't tell you how helpful that is. Even the questions you got right, you got to make time to review everything. And one thing I'm remembering now when I took level 1 was, well, don't really memorize stuff. You hear that in the lectures, no need to memorize this, okay? And I'll say this, look, and you might read some Reddit board out there saying don't memorize or whatever. Nonsense. Absolutely nonsense is when I hear that. If you hear that, 1 year out the other, because you need to have this stuff memorized. You need to have it memorized. What I believe people are trying to say, and it doesn't come across well in the Reddit boards, or people giving you advice, don't memorize. Okay, I think what they're failing to tell you is that they've studied so much that this stuff is like recall, it's in their head and it just comes out. So it is memorized. But what they mean is don't try to rote memorize this stuff. Okay, maybe that's what they mean. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm telling you right now, you got to memorize everything. You got to rote memorize it. You have to have this drilled in your head. There's a few questions here that I would have gotten right if I just memorized it. Now, a lot of it, context, obviously takes priority, takes precedence, okay, but you need to have this stuff memorized, period. Okay, anyone who tells you otherwise, maybe they didn't pass or they're super smart. Okay, I'm neither one of those things yet. I've still yet to pass level 2 yet. So we'll see what happens, and I'm excited. Level 2, here we come. But okay, so that ended horribly for me. I got a 50% on this temporal and current rate method. Not good. So that's okay. I'm going to keep doing some questions because these are kind of technical, and I got to memorize them. There's no way around it. So I'm a little bit disheartened I got a 50, but use it to your advantage. Hey, it's better to make these mistakes now before test date or before an important mock exam or benchmark quiz or something like that. So I'm going to give it another shot, and let's see what happens. Oh, look, and just so you know, here's really the 50%. One thing, you should always take these quizzes and tests closed book. Don't be opening the book and going through the book. You really need to test what you know. So I'm about 5 readings away from taking my first checkpoint exam, and the material's starting to feel like it's coming together, but I've been probably studying for about 2 months already, so some of the material maybe learned 2 months ago while it's still in my head. It's not as fresh as material I'm learning right now. So I'm gonna have to get really focused in on the tests, the questions, the actual application of this, and not panic whatever the score or number is. If I had to put a number on it, I'm probably in the mid 60s, and that's probably me being a little bit on the nicer side, but that's going to be the range. Is probably where I would be if I had to put money on it once this whole thing is said and done. That's why it's really critical this month that I do tons of questions, really get it dialed down to where I feel like when I go to the next chunk of readings that I got to go through, that at least I'm not looking on my behind, I'm what's the saying? I'm not looking behind my shoulder, I guess is the right word I'm trying to say, is if I can score somewhat decent in mid 60s, low 70s, wonderful 80s, oh my God, then all of a sudden confidence level is way up. So I really need to focus and dial in and be as efficient as possible, which is why I'm waking up at 4 a.m. to do this every morning. Today's day 2 of this. I've been waking up 4:35, 5:30 kind of before, but I really need to maximize all the time. It's now 8 o'clock and I've been up for 4 hours, so got to get dialed in for work now. Again, a benefit that one of the reasons why I'm taking the CFA is because of the fact that I don't have a long commute to work. Honestly, if you were to tell me I have to commute now and get there by 9 and I'm dressed like this, it's almost impossible. I'm just going to do a quick shower and get ready to start my work day. One thing I'm going to give up that I told myself is football. I'm a gigantic Charger fan. And I love them. I think we're going to have a great year this year. And however, I probably watch a little bit too much football. Some of the other sports and other games that are on football days, Sundays, it takes up 3 hours to watch some of these games, So I'm going to stop. I'm going to see if I can, steal a little bit of time on Sundays to do something like that and continue to work through the weekend. That would be ideal. That would be very ideal. So maybe I can squeeze in an extra few hours, really push, really make just a push, from now. I know it's a marathon in May. It's November 4th and it's not till May, but there's so many things going on in my life that I really got to get dialed in and focused. So I think from this point all the way to the exam, I'm just going to focus. I'm just going to push and push and push as hard as I can to make this happen. So we'll see what happens. I'm very, very excited about the whole process. Okay, everybody. Now it's time to go you got to recharge the battery. You cannot just sit there and study all day. You need to get out of your environment and study. And run. Do something that boosts your activity, your testosterone, man. Go out there and do something that physically pushes out the endorphins, Get it going. Look, there's already a runner out there. All right, guys, I'm going to go run. Well, first, I'm going to golf and then go run. Let's go make it happen. say something right now. My chipping is absolutely on point. It's on point right now, my chipping and my putting. I'm feeling very, very excited about the golf course next time I go. See what happens. This is my absolutely favorite part right here. It's going for a run, baby. Start the day off. It's going to be another great day. Day 2. This is a vlog. See how it goes. How beautiful it is. Absolutely can't beat it. Alright, so just got done with my run. That was really good. It's 6:43 in the morning. Alright, been out for about 2.5 hours-ish. Right now I'm going to hit the books up until I start my work shift. I work from home. Alright, good morning everybody. It's 3:30 in the morning. Now normally, I would never wake up this early. I think it's way too early to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I still think it's yesterday at 3:30 in the morning. I don't think anybody should do it. The only reason I did it is because my baby, my youngest, is sleeping in the bed with us, and he was not having it this morning. He's probably been up since like 2:30, and sometimes you have a hard time going back to bed. Otherwise, I'd be sleeping right now. I'd rather be sleeping than studying. But this is going to be an epic study session. Get that extra bit of time. Every minute helps, and you got to put in that time. So, it is what it is. Cheers if you're watching this. All right, let's get to it. Okay, it's now 4:30 in the morning, and there's some non-obvious skills you need to have in this test and during your study session. As you study, you should incorporate and do it as part of your studies, and that is reading. Because in the test, the questions are given these Vignay styles. That's how I'm going to say it. Vignay, I think is the right way of saying it, or Vignay, whatever. And it's paragraphs. I mean, it's thick paragraphs, dense material, and sometimes the wording can be a little bit tricky. So your vocabulary's got to be leveled up. And so I think it's a very wise thing if you're studying, not just to watch the videos, but to also read the books. You have to read the books. Let it sink in that way. I think you're doing a lot of things well when you read, because if you read, you're basically going to get better at comprehension, which is a huge part of this whole exam, and not just the material, but the actual comprehension of it when you're reading something. So be a good reader, be patient with yourself, and practice. This is where it gets a little tough, because I've been studying really hard. The hours are up here this week. I mean, I've been really studying. Can't doubt me for the studying. The problem is that my scores are not good. I'm earning my bad grades. So you have to adjust the strategy. Something's not clicking, and you got to make an adjustment. That's the only way to get past this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go running like I would love to do. So that's now 2 days in a row I'm not running. So hopefully it doesn't stress me out more, but I need to focus in on my questions. Today will be the longest day I've ever studied so far. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm talking about a weekday here, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give it a shot, but I got to adjust my strategy and not lose faith. Okay, everybody, so I've been up for almost 3:30. It's about to be 8 for 4.5 hours already, and I learned a lot this morning. And I learned that I practice what you preach, and I have to work more today than I normally do. So that's okay. We're gonna be okay. So what I'm going to focus on right now, right before I start my shift, is a few more questions. Try to dial in some questions, because this is some hard stuff I'm going through, and I want to test really well. So how do you test really well? Take a lot of questions. Try to take them all, to be honest with you. That's the way to get better, for sure. All right, here we go. Have a great day, everybody. Good morning. Okay, so right today, what I'm going to do is take some quizzes. I'm going to create my own quizzes. So out of all of the multinational financial statement analysis readings, I'm going to do almost all of the questions I possibly can. A little small sample size of each topic. And I'm going to just start doing a lot of questions like I said I would. I feel like the more questions you get exposed to gives you production testing ability. That's what you're ultimately going to be graded on. So I got to get better at it. I don't feel like I've been doing that well. So that's what I'm going to study right now. I'm going to do that for about an hour. Let's see how it goes. And after that, you'll notice that your brain's kind of fried when you're doing questions, rather than just reading and being very passive over the literature. So what I'm going to do, it's about almost 5 in the morning now, for about half an hour, is I'm going to do that. And then my brain will be fried, so I will be going for a run, very likely. Come back, review all the questions, maybe take another one. So maybe a whole another hour of questions again to see if it stuck in my head. And if it did, and I feel a little bit better, maybe take a small break, review that, and get started for work. That'll be about 2 hours right there. I got to start work a little bit earlier today. Okay, so I got a 60% on that first section of the quiz. Not the best score, not the worst score. I feel like I was pretty close, guessed on maybe a few. Some are kind of time consuming, but you're going to be under the pressures of the exam, so I'm proud of myself that I simulated that pressure. And look, there's my score. Bam. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good. It's what I signed up for. Alright, so just got done with my study session. Feel pretty good about it. Did okay score-wise. Did better on my review. Realized, look, there's some wording questions that you just got to get right. That way you don't miss them. And so the only way to do that, again, all these videos we're going to be talking about is practicing. You got to read, then you got to put in the work. You got to produce. You got to answer the questions. You got to put yourself out there. You can't look at your notes. You got to go off what's inside your head. So, I feel pretty good. I mean, there's some wording things. It's not really clicking yet in my head, but it'll get there. Just more reps, more practice, more exposure to it. And then take your breaks. Take your breaks, man. Sometimes your brain is going in circles. You read the same sentence over and over again. You're like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. I've been reading this for like 5 minutes and I don't get it. Take a break. Take a break. Take your breaks. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go for a run, actually. And then come back and then hit it hard again. Okay, not every morning I get to do my golf routine and my running every morning, and I got to start early today, so kind of a bit of a time crunch. So I'll make this quick, but I know it's going to be a good day whenever I get the chance, get the opportunity to do my golfing and my running, and I studied. It's going to be a great day. Let's make it every day like this, right? going to give you my 30-second analysis on my golf swing right now. That lob right now was just popping straight in the air. That thing flew in the air, like no problem. So I thought that was interesting there, because my chipping is pretty kind of low. It has a low ball flight. Today it was flying in the air, and then it also felt like the greens were releasing really quick today. Yeah, that thing was coming out high, landed, and it was fast. For, it's kind of a chilly weather day. It's wet out there too, so the balls were wet. That was weird, what just happened there.
It's the best. I got about 30 minutes. I'm gonna hit one last study session, do my quiz, and then dive right into work. No games today, guys. No games. Great run, though. Really good run. I'm proud of myself today. All right, bolt up, Chargers. Let's go. Let's get the W. Put a beating on Aaron Rodgers. Peace out.
Okay, guys. So I think I finally cracked the code on how to structure your day-to-day. I see the comments. I see the Reddit boards. I see what people want. They want the recipe to success. And to be honest with you, I'm searching for the same answers. I'm a level 2 candidate. I'm not a level 3 candidate. I don't have my CFA, so I'm still searching as well. But I'll say this. I think the rhythm for me is definitely got to be the exams, the questions. So I think every day the way I'm going to structure it is I'm going to read, and it's cumulative. So if I'm already maybe 30% through the study material, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, at this point, still obviously progress to 100%, finish completely all the curriculum, but every day, every other day, as much as possible, stop, and up to that point, from whether you're on 40% or 10% or 70%, take an exam, a question, mock question, from that point in time all the way to the beginning of the material. Because then that forces you to recall everything, forces you to get comfortable with the questions and answers and the way it's processed. So that's what I'm going to be doing from here on out. We'll see how this goes, but that's going to be my routine.